B-U-D-G-E-T. Budget is a word that is thrown around all over the place whenever there is a discussion about finances. In the simplest of terms, a budget is a spending plan that takes into account all your present and future income and expenses, usually for a certain period. Welcome back, folks. We are back with a new video. Today we will be looking into how a perfect budget can help you be in control of your hard-earned cash. Let's get started, shall we? Now, you may have some doubts like, I'm not going broke without a budget. What's so important about it? Why do I need to make one? Well, a budget, you see, helps you be more in control and aware of where your money is going. It helps you. Budgeting can provide a roadmap for how money should be earned and spent over a specific period, usually monthly. It allows you to set financial goals, prioritize expenses, and work towards achieving their objectives. It also promotes financial discipline by encouraging people to be mindful of their spending habits. It helps to avoid impulsive purchases and unnecessary expenses. Next, by tracking income and expenses, budgeting enables you to identify areas where spending can be reduced. This can lead to improved financial stability. Budgeting can also help individuals manage and reduce debt effectively. By allocating funds to repay loans and credit card balances, individuals can avoid accumulating high-interest debt and improve their credit worthiness. One of the most important functions is that it allows you to allocate funds towards savings and investments. Regularly saving and investing money can lead to the creation of an emergency fund, retirement savings, and opportunities for future growth. It also aids in achieving financial goals by breaking down long-term financial goals into smaller, achievable steps. Having a budget can be extremely helpful in times of crisis, since you know that there is a plan already made for each one of your expenses, including savings, debt repayment, and other financial goals. You will feel a sense of freedom from your financial worries. You may not be going broke without a budget, but the risk is always present, and to eliminate that risk, budget is a necessity. Certain steps can be followed to make a perfect budget. Let's go through them one by one. Step 1. Assessing your current financial situation. Well, if you want to know where you are spending money, you need to know where it is coming from. Evaluating your sources and amounts of income is necessary, since it helps you estimate how much you can afford to spend and how much money should be a part of your savings. After that, you need to analyze the areas where you usually spend money. Things such as groceries, medications, rent, and transportation should be at the forefront. Further, you will have to review your debt situation. After allocating an estimated amount to these, you need to move towards your debt. Spending money on debt can be a bummer, but it is important to know how much money you are using to clear it. This step can also be called the IED step. I for income evaluation, E for expense analysis, and D for debt review. Step 2. Do some basic mathematics and make a plan. After you have estimated your income and expenses and debt for the coming month, you need to subtract your expenses and debt from your income. The precaution here is to not end up with a negative number, which can be worrying. Well, if it ends up as a negative number, you will have to cancel out on certain non-essential expenses, like buying a pretty piece of cutlery or some extra books to read when you already have a good amount of them sitting on your bookshelf unturned. Can be avoided. You need to have a buffer amount that you can use for creating savings or in the time of emergency. But make sure that the money is not left without anything to do. It tends to slip out on trivial expenses that way. You can also follow the effective 50-30-20 plan. According to this plan, 50% of your income will be allocated to your needs, such as rent, car payments, etc. 30% to your wants, such as streaming service subscriptions, shopping, and eating out, and 20% will go towards savings and debt. Step 3. Setting up some goals and priorities. When it comes to setting goals, you need to ask yourselves a very important question, that is, what does success mean to you? Does it mean being able to afford the latest high-end fashion trends and other luxuries? Or does it mean being able to completely be financially independent and secure? The answer to this question will help you set up your goals and priorities. Your goals can range from saving money for a new laptop to saving money for retirement or learning off all types of debts, etc. You will have to harmonize your budget with your goals, because one can't expect to win a race without any preparations and efforts. One can even have multiple goals, which can be divided based on their importance. For example, clearing debt and creating an emergency fund should be a high priority goal, while saving money for a trip or a new device should be called low priority goal. You must remain true to your goals, and whenever you reach one, make sure to reward yourself. Step 4. Start tracking your expenses. You heard it right, you need to start tracking every one of your expenses. Let it be something that you consider too insignificant to be noted, such as getting some fresh lemons that you saw while coming back home from work, or you bought something to snack on from the local Chinese takeout. It needs to be tracked. From the start of the month to the end, you need to track every one of your expenses. If you get your monthly groceries minus that amount from the money allocated for groceries, if you get a cab to your office minus it from the money allocated to transportation. This way you will be able to understand exactly how much money is left in each category and help you make decisions based on that amount. If you are honest with your budget, it will also help you stay away from overspending because you will be subtracting amounts from the budget categories that are set by you. Step 5. Reviewing the budget. Now that we have talked about how to allocate expenses, evaluate income sources, make plans, and set goals, we need to know how to review and adjust a budget. Usually, budgets are made every month. You will have to set estimates for the next month and this month itself. And when the next month shows up, you will have to start tracking expenses and subtracting them from the amounts allocated to each category. Let's say some minor emergency shows up. Maybe your cat got sick and now you need to spend a good amount on her medication. Or maybe a leakage problem shows up at your place and you need to pay a considerable amount to fix it. These uninvited and unpredictable expenses can force you to adjust money from one category to the other. Make sure that your budget categories are adjustable and not too uptight. You would also need to review your bank accounts from time to time to see how much amount is left and adjust your budget accordingly. Well, seems like you are perfectly equipped to start budgeting on your own now. Remember, a budget is not something that is made to hold you down. It is a way in which you can control your hard-earned money and be more financially secure in the future. It can also help you avoid harmful habits such as overspending, impulse buying, etc. It also helps you gain clarity over a good amount of financial troubles. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel to help yourself navigate through this ocean of financial jargon, and share this video with all your friends and family and help them budget more easily. Goodbye and happy budgeting.